calling you
Broke ass mom.
broke mommy.
And you're like, okay, the baby's clean, he's cool, but it was under my nail.
Oh my
How
God.
that even happen? There was one point where I really felt like I was at my worst because of things I was going through.
You were going through.
And how
right.
emotional I was. And the way he used to always look at me and just like love me.
No matter
it's
what.
It's just like the way those big eyes used to look at me, like it's crazy.
Hi, thank you so much for joining another episode of Get Set with Lisette. Today's a special episode because I am talking to my tribe. These women have known me for 10 plus, 120 plus years. And we're going to talk about motherhood today. No, I am not a mom, but that's the reason for the conversation. Because the idea is I want to have a real life conversation about what motherhood is really about. As always, these conversations are going to be inspiring conversations with inspiring people that help you get set for whatever your next step is. So with that, hey ladies.
Hey.
This is my tribe here. You guys are my first guest on my podcast. I know, because, I'm getting started and the idea has been that I just really want to just have real conversations. Y'all know me. So I'm not out here trying to have like all of these whatevers. I want to have real conversations with the people that mean the most to me. So who better to kick it off with than my girls?
Can we cheers?
Can we?
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yay. Clink, clink. This is to the journey. Y'all better stop playing.
Oh,
Y'all know how to sing.
okay.
Thank you for that. Yes, let's cheers it up. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. So we're going to start over here. So Annette, Courtney, and Diana. Today, I am honored that you guys took the time to speak with me. Thank you so much. Y'all know this journey has been a long one, and we're here. But outside of my journey on starting this podcast, let's talk about the real journey of life. Okay, I already can feel it. We're here.
You heard that sign, right?
The sign is real. That's what I said. Let's talk about my idea
real.
is motherhood. And here, no BS. The reason why I actually want to talk about this with y'all, honestly, is because of Annette. Because one of the things that I've been saying every time we have a conversation, and just in case y'all don't know, Annette's a new mommy. So congrats to that. Y'all going to hear each one of their stories. However, when I talk to her, she keeps it real. When I say this one over here will be like, yes, I love her. Yes, she's amazing. But motherhood is what?
It's ghetto.
Okay.
It's ghetto.
So when I say, every time I talk to her, she says that, I was like, yo, not for nothing. That's the conversation that I want to have. Like, yes, we know that motherhood changes your life. Yes, we know that it's going to be one of the best things in the world. But let's be real. Because I really want to have conversations that, like, is allowing people to really understand the vulnerable, like, no, this is ghetto. It's
ghetto.
Amazing. But
it's ghetto.
So with that, let's also first start with where y'all all at with mommyhood. So Annette already kind of put it out there. You're new.
I'm a new mom.
Yeah.
2023, established 2023.
Talk about it. Shout it out. Okay. Court,
I mean, I'm the OG mom.
go ahead. Talk about it.
Because my journey started in 2012.
Same.
And at this moment, it was everybody else's journey of just living free and partying and just living our best life. And I was trying to navigate between new mom and that.
And that, exactly.
But yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah,
It is.
your
And
kids
there's
are all
different
grown
stages.
now.
Yeah, because now I have a 12 and almost 8-year-old.
Exactly.
To the new toddlers in the crew. So yeah, infant toddler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And you, Miss Thing?
Well, I was established mom 2022. So he'll be 2 by the end of this month.
So he's in toddler.
Yes, the toddler age. They weren't lying when they said the toddler age.
Okay, so
It's
talk about
crazy.
it. What
Well, he's transitioning into just, he's very like wanting to be everywhere and touch everything. And then there's the attachment of mommy or dad. He wants to attach to one of us, but it ain't for the faint of heart.
So
Say it. It's ghetto.
There's
Keep
no
it real,
hood.
it's ghetto.
No hood
levels.
like
There's
parenthood.
there's no hood.
No hood like
no
parenthood.
hood.
Listen.
There it is.
And if it's somebody that's gonna humble you, it's your child.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
talk on it,
real
because
quick.
your kids are
Simply humble.
older.
Like if somebody's gonna put you in a place and you accept it, it's your child.
Okay.
Because
you got to.
Harper will humble me in a whole hot second, and I don't have nothing.
Harper, how does she act?
Harper's me times 1,000,
right?
and like, there's nobody that could ever do the things she does. And they're just like, but you're so cute and you're mine. Like,
And
so I'm just gonna walk away. You're right, sis. Like,
She said, "You
got
right, sis.
it.
You got it."
Like, I created that monster. So like, what can I do?
Right.
So,
And she really is a little you.
if you
She
know,
is.
you know.
Yeah.
yeah,
Times 10, times 1,000, however you want to times it.
she's
Not
that.
just a regular court. Not just a regular.
So let me ask you guys, in all honesty, and you each can answer, what was the biggest misconception that you feel like you learned about motherhood where you thought it was going to be one thing based off of how people typically talk, and then when you got into it, you were like, they lied to me? Biggest misconception, randomly.
Sleep when the baby sleeps. I don't know who said that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a thing. I don't know how you guys feel, but like when she was sleeping, I couldn't sleep because
Okay.
in my mind there was 1,000 of things that,
That
I
you
should
had
be
to get
doing.
done.
So no, I can't sleep.
Okay.
Wait, you said you can or you?
She
I can't.
can't. So she says the biggest misconception is when people always tell you sleep when the baby sleeps when they're newer. 'Cause
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
she's got the new,
Right.
well, she ain't a baby. Well, she's a baby. She
She's-
won.
She's a toddler. So
She's technically
she's
a toddler
now.
too
I'm
now.
in
I
my
was gonna say,
toddler
but she's the
stage.
littlest of all of them.
Yeah.
So sleep when the baby sleeps is not real.
It's
to
not
you.
real. It's
Okay.
not realistic. For me, at least, it wasn't.
See, for me, it's opposite. I was
and
able
that's what I
to
want to
sleep.
hear.
When,
Okay.
Yeah, but I guess it's gonna depend on the child. Because
Right.
For me, when Remy would sleep,
Yeah.
I would take a nap. Now, if I couldn't, then I would do whatever house chore there was. But I guess for me, I was able to enjoy some of those nap times with him.
Okay, so you were able to
Yes.
enjoy it. You said that's a lie. I got
couldn't
30
do it.
different things to
Listen.
do, and that was a lie. Okay, so what was the biggest misconception for you?
For me, I don't think I've reached it yet.
You haven't reached it yet. Oh,
No, honestly.
You know what? Can we just
For me, honestly, I
Can I just real quick? I'm gonna give flowers real quick.
Oh.
Because when I say Diana, in my honest opinion, was meant to be a mom, I don't
yeah.
think I've ever met someone who was supposed to be a mom as much as Diana. Like I don't think she's lying to me when she gives me the rainbows and unicorns. Because she really feels like this is a dream.
Not the glitter.
Because I do. I say it all the time. I really
all the time.
in the fair, like she's like, no, you don't understand. This is the best thing they ever created. Like,
Okay, no,
I mean,
don't-
it
wait,
is,
I mean,
but
hold on, yeah.
No,
It's a blessing and it's the greatest gift to become
Yeah.
a mom. I'm not taking that away. But I don't make it seem like it's rainbows and unicorns. I'm not like, oh my God,
no, I
you made
know,
a
but
mess. It's so awesome. Like,
well, no,
I'm not
fair,
doing that.
fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. But I mean, like, whereas someone else, things would get to them. To you, you're like, but he's a kid. Like, you're much more like understanding, I think, than most.
I'm just more the emotional one. So
Okay.
I think, okay, you know what? One misconception is that after you go through your postpartum,
Yeah,
you kind of can bounce
get out
back.
about it. Yeah,
I think I was already the emotional one.
yeah. She is.
So,
You know,
hypochondriac.
we ain't got. Yeah, we ain't even gonna talk about the hypochondria.
No, 'cause I'm like,
I
oh,
but
Go
but
ahead.
I think I still go through the stages of kind of like emotional swings.
Okay.
To like I could be really happy,
In
just-
one moment, yeah.
yeah, and then the next minute I'm like, well, I'm an overthinker. So
Yeah, you think about the
That-
worst case scenario.
yeah, that just takes me off because I'm already thinking.
So you feel like that idea of like after the 18 months you get back to it, that was the
I
misconception.
feel to me, yeah, because I
You're
still can
still
sometimes
feeling it. Yeah.
feel it,
swing.
and yeah,
Okay.
it can linger, and he's gonna be too. So
Right. So you're like that. We're still going
Mhm.
through it. Okay. And Miss Court, now mind you, you got the 12-year-old and the 8-year-old.
I think my biggest
Yeah.
would be like, 'cause a lot of people say, oh, as they get older, it gets easier because there's different transitions. But for me, I feel like even though it does get easier in some senses, the worry never goes away.
Fair.
Like the worry of like how they're going to be able to handle life, the things that they may encounter. Because like we went through different things growing up and I don't want them exposed to certain things,
Fair.
but I know they're going to have to be. And how do I prepare them for that? So like always worrying that they're going to be okay because their
Right.
personality traits are different.
Fair.
Like
Fair.
I feel like things that I went through as a kid probably made me a little tougher versus my son. So then it's like, how do I make him,
Yeah.
like, how do I help him? Because I can see some of the things he might face.
Yeah.
How do I help him be prepared for that?
Right.
Because I don't want him to ever hurt. Like, that's probably my biggest thing. I don't ever want my babies to hurt.
Okay.
So how do I keep them from hurt? But they're going to experience it.
Right.
And how can I be completely in?
I have a question about that, though, too, because I think it was Will Smith who had talked about, like, you know how when the lifestyle that they grew up, it was him and Kevin Hart, because they're both from Philly, and they were having an interview with each other, and I remember this. They were saying that, like, they grew up in Philly, they grew up in a different lifestyle. So because of that lifestyle, they learned the hustle, the grind, the thick skin, the get at it. Like, they have certain traits that were built because of the environment that they grew up in.
Yeah.
So, and then that same thing is what built the mega stars that they are.
Yeah.
And they have both said, but their children, because of where they got to, grew up in like Calabasas and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like in different
and not
areas.
understand
So they don't
struggle
know.
Or, yeah.
So how do you balance, and this is way off topic, but I think you just hit on something because I've always wondered, how do you balance certain core values that we've kind of created because we come from a different generation and we lived a different lifestyle? How do you balance maintaining those core values while giving your children a different experience because you don't want them to live the lifestyles that we've all come out of?
It's super challenging.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to navigate something that you don't really know how to navigate.
Fair.
Because you
grew
didn't
up at a
have
different
that.
time.
Yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
have that. But as you get older, because I will say I've had a lot of growth as I've gotten older of how I handle things.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the things that I definitely is rewarding from me being a mom is because they're able to teach me how to handle things in a different way.
Fair.
So I think a lot of it is you kind of figure it out as you go. And you also, too, just like take that advice sometimes if somebody may have a better way of doing it or how they're doing it to like be able to navigate through it because it's new water.
Fair. So you're like, take that advice. Because I do sometimes, especially being that I'm the non-mom in the group, I teeter between, and Diana's, that's my sis right there. So we talk like all the time. And I find myself, and we've talked about it, where it's like, do I say something because I'm not a mom, or do I just, you know what I mean? Like, let it go. Like, I always teeter between giving advice or like, hey, have you thought about this and trying to be supportive versus
You still got to give
y'all
it.
figure it out.
Even
Kinda.
if you're not a mom, you still have to give it because
I just feel bad
You're
because I
looking
don't
at,
know.
and you're looking at it from a different
from
point
a
of
different
view.
point of view.
And
And you know,
sometimes-
we're straight like this,
Yep.
but like Courtney said, like you kind of just, you got to go with it. Like you have to be open to go with the flow because you may think you're going to do one thing
Right.
and they're like,
Yeah.
not doing that. So now you have to, you know, change your mindset.
True, because they're their own
and try-
personality.
they're the
And
own
we know with
personality.
your baby,
Listen,
sis is a year old, but she's been
listen,
here before.
She's been here before, and I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Because she definitely, you can, in her eyes, you can tell
Her face all the time.
her facial expressions have humbled me. Okay? Because I'm like, oh, all right, sis, my bad. Like,
They were having a whole conversation.
we were having, when we were together, and we'll talk about that, but I am the favorite. But
And you're
anywho,
not. And you're not. We're not going to do that. You're not. But okay.
I am. However, with it, I have noticed that, like, even at one, she will 100% tell you, like,
Listen,
No.
this is not happening.
I
I'm
want
not
more.
and who's going to check me and who's going to tell me to do anything. But okay, because I do, and for those that are not parents, we're hearing now, it's okay to give some advice, because I don't want to ever be the person to give unsolicited advice, nor do I want to be the person, especially when I'm not in it, to be like, have you thought about this, that, or the third, and then like hurt somebody's feelings or overstep my boundaries. You know what I mean? So trying to navigate that, like, non-mom, being supportive, but then also being like, no, I get it because I'm not. I feel like that's been my struggle, especially watching each one being so different. I'm always like, how do I help? What do I say?
But
what
if
do
you're
I do?
part of that village,
Right.
for someone, it's never unwanted.
Okay.
Never.
I
So
was just
keep doing
gonna
it.
say your input is from a different set of eyes, with
Right.
a different set of mindset where you're at.
Yeah.
So we may not see something where you can pinpoint it out and be like, well, like you said, why don't you try this, or why don't you say this, or for me,
Yeah.
you'll tell me, well, how about you just relax for a
Relax.
minute.
It's normally my
The other
Relax for a minute.
the other thing too is like
Yeah.
the moms within the moms. Like sometimes they ask me questions and I teeter on how do I answer this because how I've done it may also be how you don't do it. So what I'll do, even with Di, like, cause like we kind of touched on the hypochondriac sometimes.
Yeah,
when Di asks me something,
I love it.
I'll say, like, I watch how I say it because I don't want her to feel like she has to do it my way. But I'm like, this is what I did. This is how I feel. But you know, my kids are also older. Things have changed. Like when I give the advice, I want it to be like, this is what worked for me. This is what I would do, and then leave it to her as well too. Because knowing Di, I know Di made like, you know what, I take.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. And so incorporate whatever you. Yeah.
But I don't force it on.
No,
her.
Right.
Like it's like, okay, look, this is what I did. This is what how you know I've heard different things. This is what worked. This is what I've seen.
Right.
And then let Di digest it. I don't like. This is how you have to do it, Di.
Fair. Right. It's always coming from a good place. So I think that's also the part. It's understanding like this isn't like criticism or you're doing something wrong. This is more like help or
no judgment.
Or helping, never judgment.
Right. And even with Annette, I love it too because Annette is like new mom to the T. Like if you're like, hey, look, this is like, Court, what do you use for da da da? Oh, this is what I've done. Boop, ordered it. What?
Listen, that's how you
order
it. Being a rich
try
mom.
it.
That isn't it.
Try it.
Broke mommy real quick.
Try it. And then she'll be like, you know, like, yeah, da da da. But like me, I'd be like, oh, you know, I don't know. Let me look.
You
and
know,
that's like, ordered it. It's on its way.
It's on its
Amazon.
way.
Boom, we're good. And it's like, it's cute because it's like such different styles.
Facts.
Like between all of us.
No, I agree.
It goes down to a T.
I did.
You did.
No, she really did. She did break down both of y'all.
Our research, she'll just buy it. Well, she called me from Target and said, what's the insect bug spray?
Target and Amazon.
Yep, got it.
Courtney be like, are you at Amazon? Or are you at Target again?
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me this one tells you something that she used in the past and you're the one that you're going straight to the store?
Oh, I'm going to get it.
Okay.
It's cute because even my screenshots are either Amazon or Target when I'm sending it to.
I'm not.
Because I already know.
Hey, if y'all want to ever, help us out, just saying, because they done threw out two of our favorite places real quick.
Listen,
just saying
Amazon
Amazon and Target.
Target.
I just thought I'd throw that out there, but keep going.
Yeah, because you can never. I swear, I'm at Target every other day.
Yeah.
Literally, I was just here last night.
More so like every day.
Because
sometimes
or it's a pickup. Look, that's the worst thing.
Sis gonna go to Target.
Listen,
because you're getting all the things. So okay. So I'm bringing it back together. You're going to research, you're going to figure it out, and you're going to make the best decisions. You're the kind of person that you're the mom that's like, oh, you use what? Let me go and try it. And you're going to try every single suggestion until you figure out the right one.
Ask me how many sippy cups I have.
How many sippy cups?
No, sippy cups is a thing, though.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Too many.
And bottles.
Yeah. I have every single style of sippy cup to see which one sis would like.
But that's the thing.
Wow.
It's their preference.
Yeah.
Sippy cups is their preference.
And it's their preference.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you gotta do that.
That one
one
that you like.
That's
that's
common
across
one.
the board.
Yeah.
So you're like, so you bought them all.
I bought them all. I was given some.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you're just trying them all out.
Trying them all to see which one
and
she wants.
That's a thing.
Now,
it's a thing.
You made a point, and I wanted to go back around. 12 years ago for your first child is still very different than, well, it's extremely different than it is now. Like that's over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And so how do you support new moms when you're like, yo, they didn't even have that out when I started? Like, what do you
So I say that.
Oh, okay.
I'm honest. Like, okay, so look, this is how this worked for me.
Uh-huh.
But now it's changed drastically since when, like, even me and Annette recently had a car seat ordeal.
Okay.
Okay. I had a whole workout trying to help her with this car seat. Car seats now recline, they rotate, they do all types of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Me and Nolan were rocking out with like basic car seats.
Okay.
Like, now, mind you, they've changed a lot since when we were kids.
Right.
But like the stuff that they have now, like what? But I want to help you. So how do we figure this out? Like we're gonna figure it out. But
Figure it
it's
out
different.
together.
And even I wanted to go back to like with the different styles of mom. I'm more so wing it. We're gonna figure this out.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna figure it out.
Right.
They're like it's different. Even theirs like different. So like when it comes to how do I help you?
Yeah.
This is how I did it. Mind you, it started how many years ago?
Exactly.
So I'm sure there might be other things because I'm even learning now through them.
Yeah.
Like, all the cool things they have. I did not have none of that.
Well,
Like,
can we also say, and I think it's true, and I want to actually talk about that too. You were in your you were a
24.
young mom, and we're all closer in age, and we're older, and you guys are starting the,
yeah, because like 24
This
was
gonna make
young.
me cry.
24. Hold
It's
on.
gonna make me cry.
But look, 24, like I was a young mom, but then like to me, I was an older mom because within my family, it was teenage moms. So like I was young within our group, but
Family was.
But I was still at a
different
age,
point in life.
But now
compared to-
our point of life then was so different, and even now, like, yeah, you're gonna have everybody up here crying.
Yeah.
I'm asking an honest
No, but
question.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like
Because
we were-
there are, I never, like, back in the day, like, you could tell that they both are destined to be moms.
Right.
And it was gonna, like, I felt like it was gonna happen, but neither one of them was like super focused on it.
Right.
Like, even when they were going through baby Noli stage, where Nolan was the cutest little thing ever, he was our little mascot.
Yeah.
But
that was
nobody was really like trying to dive in. And
Fair.
now it's just like, hey, so got something to tell you.
Yeah.
And did I not cry with Diana? I cried. You were there.
I was.
Annette too, but I sensed it. It was weird. Like, I had this feeling, but she didn't get the experience. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
My baby, like, he came and surprised everybody. We all just went with it.
It was
y'all still had y'all
the baby shower.
Yeah, you guys still had y'all lifestyle though. I was trying to fit into your lifestyle and my new lifestyle.
Yeah.
Now,
because we were still partying.
They had each
So
other.
young.
They had each other.
Yeah.
And then they had me, who had, like, even though it was years ago, I had the experience. I can help guide you.
Yeah, you didn't have none of us.
I had none of that.
None of us.
I had
And
family.
I felt so bad.
Did you?
Because like at that time when she had Noli, like she said, we were all out
Partying. Yeah, we're in our
Taking
20s.
trips,
traveling.
Yeah.
taking
Taking
trips.
trips.
Fair.
And
all true statements.
now as a mom,
Yeah.
I wish I would have been there for her like she's been there for me. And that's what makes me so, like, it makes me emotional right now.
Y'all
But
look
it's
like
true.
But I think because she told me the same thing, and I was like, I think I sent text a random
about to
text
cry.
that said,
I know, like,
No, because I think too, my biggest thing is I wanted to be for both of them what I didn't have. And
Talk about
so
that.
I make myself do that. Like, even with like Remy's first birthday,
Yeah.
I was there the whole time. helping
I
her.
remember we were.
Annette always has a team because she's new mom era, so she always has
with
a team.
her whole family.
But-
her team's
but
crazy. We'll talk about
First,
that
you
too.
know, like when we got the baby room set up, everything,
Yeah.
whatever I can do to help, because I had like my OGs as well as family,
Yeah,
but I didn't have
we
like
weren't.
my friends couldn't really understand it, because I either had friends that
None
I
of
grew
us
up with
were.
that started young, that I'm not even as close with, because like my close group, which was you guys,
was us,
nobody had and
yeah.
nobody could understand.
Yeah.
So I was trying to keep up, but I couldn't keep up. But nobody could really
We didn't
understand to the
understand.
extent.
I didn't.
I just want to say right here, and I'm really sorry.
I think all three of us have.
No,
that moment.
everybody has apologized, but and that's the thing. Until you're a mom,
You don't
cannot.
know.
don't
Your
know.
instinct,
you
your
don't
everything
understand it.
is completely different. Like, it's completely.
It
You
changes.
can't really understand it though until you really go through it.
Right.
But I never put it on anybody. Like, I just was like, okay, look, I can't do it because of this.
because of this, right?
Some people were like, oh, here she goes flaking, but you can't understand like that
Until
important,
you're there.
that responsibility you have for that little person,
right.
and how you love them and how everything revolves around them
Yeah.
until you know
And I
it
think
happens.
maturity plays with that too, because I'm still not in the mom era. And listening to the three, even though I have heard that like you guys have each had your own conversations, and I already know some of the things that we're talking about, because I mean, we're all
Had the
friends.
We're
conversation.
friends.
So
so
we're
we've had
friends.
conversations. But listening
You
to
mean
it
we
from this
talk?
perspective, I'm sitting here on some like, I apologize. Like, listening to it from this perspective, I'm apologizing, because even though I still haven't experienced it, I do think that in my 30s, I have a better grasp of like what it entails, and like I see the full-on life change that comes with motherhood, that I'm like, dang, in our 20s, that was literally happening to you, and we were still on some. So are you going to come to the beach with us, or what we doing?
Yeah.
And that sounds crazy when
It
I think
does.
about it now.
When
Like,
you sit back and think.
we were tripping.
But we came off insensitive to her.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the
And
other
that's
thing
exactly
too
it.
is
And
the other
I
thing too, though,
apologize.
it was a
Yeah.
different type of pressure of like, how can I semi keep up? So I was able
you're
to
still in
find
your
ways.
20s
I was
too.
able to find, and there was also a different time in my life where I was able to actually, I was stuck in the middle, because I'm able to do more,
Right.
but then I'm not, because I have a whole person.
Because there's a person
So
that.
how do I find that boundary of being able to like keep up and have fun with the people that are the closest to me other than family,
Right.
but I still have another little person to worry about.
Right. And who's like, you are his entire world.
I
Like,
am,
he
yeah.
needs
Yeah.
you for everything.
And I will say, like, it was still a level of support, because I knew my baby was, like, if we were
We
all
were
together,
cool. Oh,
everybody, he
yeah.
had 5 different moms, like, looking out for him
100%.
and the protection and loving him. Like, he
Yeah.
had all that,
Right.
but it was still just a different level of, we're on different pages, like, big different pages.
100%.
And it's new. How do I figure it out? How do I find my like, how do I make it work? So it was difficult at times, but it worked out, too. And I will say, I kind of handled it, though. You're
No,
going to
you
give me
took
that.
that- you took that on the
I kind
chest.
of handled it.
You did.
I kind of handled it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You
No,
are
and you're
doing an amazing
Oh,
job.
you
at
are.
that.
All three of you, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this publicly. Y'all three are amazing mothers. Like, the way you are with your children is just, I can cry at how y'all are.
Okay.
Look, here it goes. It makes you emotional
Okay.
too. Like, you
It's
really think that you're a
beautiful.
good
It
parent. However, when it comes to your kids,
That's your most vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be the most vulnerable stage you're gonna go through, is being a mom.
Yeah.
Okay. So because we're all feeling emotional, let's do something funny. I want one of the like funniest moments that you've experienced, like something that you were like, this is straight out of a movie. It's not being exaggerated. Give me one of those moments that were like, oh, I'm a mom. Like one of those moments where you were like, there are no cameras. I'm not being punked. Like, what's happening? I need a story from each of you that was like that moment that sticks in your mind where you were like, oh, we in this. Like, well, then for me.
I was going to say, you want me to go first?
Whoever wants to take it. I was like, let's make this one a little bit more lighthearted because I feel like we were all about to cry and I need to get my life.
Look,
so
this one.
But let's go for it.
This one right here.
Courtney, okay.
So, car seat, we had a whole issue.
Yeah.
Finally get it put in. We got it, right? The next day, I go to pick up Emerson from her grandmom's house. And so let me backtrack.
Okay.
So Courtney was like, when we were doing the car seat, she was like, the more expensive ones, it's harder to get the padding out. She was like, because you're going to get milk, you're going to get throw up, it's going to get dirty.
Okay.
Okay. So then fast forward Tuesday, I go pick up Emerson from my parents' house.
Okay.
That's Grammy pop daycare.
Yeah.
And we're going home. It's not even a 5-minute drive.
Oh, we know.
She's back there just laughing, doing whatever. So I park in the driveway of my house.
Okay.
Shout out to Lisette because she's awesome real estate agent.
Oh, y'all, thank you.
Got the
Hold
plug
on
in.
now. Plug in. Because I definitely sold her her house. Remember, this is a passion project funded by my real estate agent. All right. Keep going.
So I park in the driveway and I open up the door and I'm like, get the out of here.
Oh.
When I say there is shit.
Oh, that.
One girl had it on her hands, all on her car seat. And I'm like, this can't be real. This can't be real. So I'm trying to figure out, mind you, I'm still a new mom.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out, well, how do I get the baby out of the car seat without getting shit on me?
Right.
Because she's got it everywhere. So I get her out the car. We go in the house. She goes straight to the tub. I, get her cleaned up, whatever. So the next day I have to pull all the padding out because I have to put it through the washer.
Right.
I'm like, I'm going to put this in my washer. I text Courtney. I'm like, we got beef.
Right.
I said, you straight up jinxed me.
Because she said about the padding.
She said about the padding. And she was like, well, I didn't mean shit, my guy.
Right.
And like jinxing, I'm just talking my experience because the spilling things is like a thing.
Right.
So the more padding, the more stuff you got to take apart to clean it. And even too, if you're just like me and clean it often because you have OCD.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, this is cute and all, but this is going to be a problem if this makes any mess. I get the text message with the picture. I'm like, I did not say. I left that out. I mean, it was definitely a possibility. It was beef. And then the craziest part, if you see sister's face,
like, I have.
Shit happens literally. Like she's just like,
yeah. Sis was like, and what are you gonna do?
I'm like, where is the camera? Like, this can't be real.
So how did you got it all figured out?
Got it all figured out.
Now, can you do that without gagging? Because this is nobody.
I never thought that I could.
I am y'all know me. I'm the worst with smells. I'm the worst with like
the smells
projectile
are
of any sort.
The textures,
like
all that stuff.
Girl.
No, I'm the whole time.
That's me.
Like,
okay, so you do the whole time. You are,
but you have to do it.
You got to do it. Who else gonna do it?
Yeah.
Right.
You have to man up. You have to do it. But
yeah.
Okay, so that was yours.
That was mine. I had shit.
Literal shit. Got it.
Shit.
Okay. Either one of y'all? Where you were like, this is the I have been initiated to parenthood.
The poopy situations are crazy.
Oh, so they're all gonna be poop stories?
Well, mine's gonna be because as a new mom, me and Noli, it was like a 4:00 in the morning thing, like up his back everywhere. You think you get him completely cleaned up, you're making it work, and then like you do like one of these, and you're like, and then it's like under a nail or something, and you're like, okay, the baby's clean, he's cool, but it was under my nail.
Oh my
God.
How
that even happen?
Hold on,
like how
was it ready?
And if you know me, you know I clean my hands, you know it's a thing, but like with fake nails, like.
Jesus.
It makes you relook at things.
You got to watch like you gotta get up underneath.
But that's what I'm saying. Like at 4 a.m, you just clean him, he's good. You're
right.
scrubbing, and then you're like, how did it even happen? And then you're really like just mind blown. Like I really had it. Like it's under my finger, and like I just put it to my nose. Like what?
Oh
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, so you literally had ish in like it was.
I did. It was
and
one nail, and it was like one of them like itching, and you're like, and then you
wait,
lose your mind
because karma is
real.
Your
mind. You lose your mind because how did that even happen with me?
Right.
Like, how did it even happen?
So I'm sure you're
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I scrubbed my hands. I did everything, but I also just cleaned him, everything else.
Yeah.
And then how did I miss that? Because we cleaned him. we cleaned like all this stuff, and it still made it. And not like a big pile, but like a centimeter. Enough that it caught your attention, and you're really freaking out. And now 5 a.m, making sure you're scrubbing like to the gods, because I really like what? That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh,
but it's a thing.
Oh,
like they are messy.
So you have it on you, and y'all know how I am about my nails. So that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yours is all over the. Okay.
The fake nails will get you.
Yeah. That's important to know.
Pay extra. You learn to pay extra attention if you don't do it right away, because from that point on, extra attention to the fake nails. Like,
because
not gonna let that happen again.
Look at her nails. Look at her nails.
I'm looking at my nails and talking. Y'all see me because I'm like, sheesh.
Yeah,
okay,
it's vicious.
Are we still in the issue?
No.
Okay.
What we poop?
Okay.
I don't have a poop because it hasn't for me. The
knock on wood, because don't play.
No, it's gonna happen. So I'm not. Okay. There's no knocking on wood.
Okay.
You're gonna.
It's gonna happen.
Or pooped on.
Jesus.
Point blank.
Mm-hmm.
But
or threw up on.
I haven't yet. So.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
I had to down it back. It is warm, and you're like, ugh. Like,
okay, can we not make this?
No, because it's real.
All of it.
It's
real.
You're burping, and then
that's
it's
fair.
on your back, and then how easy is it to clean your back?
Right.
It's not.
Yeah.
So you gotta now go change everything else. Like
scrubbing back there with your little loofah. Oh,
my baby had a problem with formula.
I remember.
Up, so she was throwing up all the burp cloths, but it wouldn't make it on the burp cloth. So yeah, it was.
So you got
all over
warm. Chunky.
You guys,
that picture was crazy.
Y'all really made me feel like this is what I wanted. I wanted the real about the motherhood.
And they don't pick who they share the fluids with, because Em got me a few times. Yeah. Like
fair
cleavage, everything. Like what?
Yeah,
Remy got his abba.
Yeah,
and her carpet. And her bed. But I'm not. Again, we're not gonna do the.
Okay, so no.
Because yours wasn't.
Yeah, mine wasn't poop for me.
All right. So what was your moment? Yeah.
The freaking contractions.
Oh.
That's when I was like, oh.
Okay, so she said I knew this was real before because those contractions. Okay.
They're vicious.
No, because those things, because I was, y'all remember, I was like, I don't want an epidural because they always, well, hold on.
I didn't get an epidural.
Diana wanted to be natural.
No, but I kept saying.
I ain't had nothing to prove.
I kept saying.
Annette was like, give me the epidural.
I ain't got nothing to prove.
Annette said, I am not proving a thing.
No, I know. She was
she was on it.
Said, no, I got it. But for me,
you were pushing for it.
I was pushing for natural. I can push, and I can do pain great because you seen my girl. So I
have a high pain tolerance. I always want to
listen,
but no, there ain't nothing like that.
She's a champ.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
See, now I'm like, if I do, I got you.
I knew that was.
How did you guys?
You don't have nothing to prove.
How did you guys carry your contractions? Because mine was in my back so bad.
So she had contractions.
No,
in her
mine
back.
was. This is why,
because mine were like my back was like on fire and it hurt both times. I felt all my contractions in my back. But I do know, like, not everybody feels in their back. It's like in their stomach.
I thought so because they were telling me how earlier there because of my cervix being so to TMI for people, but whatever. They were like, "Oh, you're gonna feel more whenever you have a child.
Yeah,
your pain will be more in your back."
Yeah.
No, for me it was stomach. It was all contractions in the front.
So you felt them all.
Yeah,
in the front. Okay.
And it was one of those things that when they kick in, I don't even remember half of it because I just remember I told Johnny, "Where's she at? I need it now. Where's she at? Where's she at?" Not even 5 seconds. I was like, I need it. When they kicked in, they kicked in. Yeah, no.
And that's when you said it was...
That's when I was like, oh, yeah, this shit's real.
All right. I have a question quick.
Yeah, no, please. I love it.
But, like, for me, like, both of them are natural, both no epidural, all on my back.
That's a bad
Now, mind you, they're years apart. They're years apart, though. They're years apart. Yeah. But my other thing was, for me, it felt like the moment I seen both of them, none of that even mattered.
Oh, yeah.
So did you both agree?
No.
Like, the second you seen their little face, they didn't take it all away because I went through it with both of them. But that second they laid them on my chest, like
it was a wrap.
I don't even care what I don't care.
And Annette said,
I'm over here like,
and Nolan's was way worse because like his labor was way worse. Like it was 12 hours.
Yeah.
I broke vessels in my face, vessels in my back from pushing, like horrible. But the second I seen him,
don't skip over that. Did y'all hear?
Did you say
no
vessels?
Well, Nolan, I had like one stitch.
I didn't. Okay.
But I will say both my GYN team was like on point. Because I think they played a big role in it because I hear horror stories of people.
I like,
yeah.
but it wasn't bad.
But see, all of our birth stories are different. Which is how mother,
but
they're all different.
Just like you said, that's how motherhood is. It's all going to be different walks, different temperaments, different children, different experiences. Y'all each have different personalities. So from birthing stories being different to motherhood being different for each one of y'all really laid the groundwork. When I tell you just now, I have had, and I don't know if it's been caught, I'm having like physical responses.
And your story might be
about.
And your story might be completely different.
And your story is gonna be completely different.
However, like I said, I ain't have nothing to prove.
Talk about it. And no, what I
love,
because
I remember going through this with her.
Yeah.
But she was like, "Did you get epidural?" I was like, "No."
No.
And she's like, "Oh, whoa, I'm for it." And then it was like, I completely could visualize how it probably played out. Even when she talks about it, I can completely visualize her like,
same.
Go ahead,
no, come on, man.
I'm not even a needle person, but like Diana said, those contractions, like people say, "Oh, it's like a period." No, it's not. No, it's not.
Well, it could be like mine because y'all know I get crazy. Like,
I mean, I get pretty bad. Well, as I get older, they're not as bad. But like when I was younger, like I would be down for like a day or two with cramps.
Same.
But like to me, those contractions did not feel. And I don't even know if mine was in the front or the back. I know it hurt. So I couldn't tell you. It just hurt.
She's like, I don't know where they were.
But I don't know where they were, but they were there.
Epidural.
And epidural.
I'm going to make her a shirt that says like epidural.
Like,
so I have lace beads on, right?
Okay.
So when I was getting the epidural, mind you have to be still.
Yeah.
And they do it during the contraction. But the anesthesiologist was like, do these come off? And I said, no. I said, but if you need to cut them, cut them. Put it in my bag. Like,
whatever we need to do.
Look, whatever we got to do.
And that's that I am not attached to these beads. Get them off of me.
I am attached, but listen.
Not that much.
Put it in there.
Right.
But I was also in the hospital for a week.
Fair.
Before I had her.
Right, because
So, yeah.
I also just heard horror stories with epidural, so I was just adamant that
I
wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it unless I absolutely had to. So like, and I'm stubborn,
right?
So if I'm going into it, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. Yeah. And then I felt like when I may have been pushed to the point of possibly doing, I was almost done. I was already over, like at 10. We're ready to go. Like at this point, we're good. Mm-hmm. So I think it all just depends too, like what you've been exposed to and what you really want. Because at the end of the day, your birth plan is your birth plan.
Yeah. I didn't have a birth plan. Did you guys have a birth plan?
They made me create one.
Did they?
Maybe because my kids are older too, but they're like, okay, so you're here, we're checked in. What's your birth plan? What do you want to do?
I also think it's because she was younger too, though. Because coming from, remember my past in social services, when we used to work with really young moms.
But you're in your 20s. I was 24.
But even in the 20s, they always used to say that like to assist a person in ensuring that they know like their rights, their like. Because some people, even in their 20s, they don't necessarily know like what rights they have, what they're allowed to do in the hospital. Yeah. And so I know that, especially when you went in it, because that's when I was working it, there was a big push towards making sure that every person that came in, that they had those conversations. And it was like the time of it. I'm just throwing a...
Well, too, where did you guys give birth?
That's also fair.
Harrisburg.
Oh, I did Harrisburg too. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, like, as soon as I came in, they're like, what are you thinking? What do you want to do? And I will say they don't always follow that because my nursing team with Nolan was like night and day with my nursing team with Harper. And it makes a difference when you're giving birth. It really does. Because my experience with Nolan was way rougher than my experience with Harper.
Really?
Yeah. Like the support from them and what they're pushing, listening to you. And I think with Nolan, me being 24 and looking younger too.
But that's what I'm saying.
They weren't listening to me.
Exactly. That's the reason for the birth plans and everything
I feel like they weren't listening even though we came up with a birth plan. Like they weren't listening to me when my contractions are through the roof. You're not in pain, but you're seeing my contractions, like different things like that. Like, and it plays a big part in you still advocating for yourself. Because had I not advocated for myself, things probably could have been way worse than they really were. So,
see, I didn't feel like I had to advocate. Like I felt like whatever I wanted to do, they were like, "All right, let's go."
Yeah.
But I also took the advice of the nursing staff because I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. Yeah. But I think you make a good point, and this isn't the topic, but I do love it because it's true, and it goes into the whole idea of motherhood. A young mom is going to experience differences based off of how she's even received, and it's sad to say it, but like even received in like nursing staff, hospital staff, everything else, compared to when you're older, because there is a certain level of assumption that you've got it together, you're more put together, life is going to look differently when you're at X stage in life compared to, oh, here we go again, another.
And that's the thing too, I didn't look 24.
And you look younger than 24.
Yeah, like I look
that's
younger.
What I'm saying.
So in the
you look like a young
like
mom.
old school nurses that are older and have their own mindset on things, like they're not listening to me. So then it's like, okay, but I am still who I am. So I'm going to let you know again that like there's going to be middle ground here. Like, yeah, you're experienced in this department, but this is my body and this is how I feel.
Exactly.
So,
and kudos to you for feeling like you could advocate for yourself.
I was patient. I was patient in the beginning because this is new to me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
But I also know when stuff don't feel right.
I love that. I really do. I want to make sure because I don't want it to be too long. And I'm loving everything you guys are saying.
Going for hours about this.
That's what I said. Motherhood,
what's the time limit?
I know.
Although you probably don't want us here for 3 hours.
No. But that's why I'm like, I want to make sure that we hit on everything, though, because I love this. And I love the direction that it's going in naturally because I was thinking about just mommyhood from like when the kid's here. But you're absolutely.
It starts way sooner.
It starts way sooner.
It starts as soon as you get that positive pregnancy test.
That positive test is your first clue. Like your first step in it, not clue. And then that heartbeat for the first time.
Yeah.
Crazy.
How was that?
Just solidifies.
I cried.
You cried?
I cried.
All three of y'all
It just
cried.
solidifies what's coming.
Now, you're the more tougher one. Did you cry?
Well, here's the thing. So Nolan was technically... And I'm getting more emotional with age. I feel like. But
and I said that you will get more.
Diana loves it. Diana been waiting for this moment.
I'm the older one, and I've always said wait until y'all get older because those emotions will start coming out.
And the other thing was technically Nolan was my rainbow baby because before Nolan I experienced a miscarriage.
That's true. You had a miscarriage.
So with that miscarriage was that baby that we were really going for.
Right.
I waited I couldn't wait. We were planning it, everything. I had my miscarriage, and then it takes you to a whole different place mentally. So emotions was like all over the place.
Right.
I got pregnant with Nolan on birth control. So Nolan was meant to be here regardless because that baby that I lost was like all in, off birth control, like everything you can do to possibly try.
Right.
And then here comes Nolan literally exactly 6 months later on birth control, completely random. If you remember our New York trip, I was like super emotional on our New York trip. I was going through all different things.
Yeah.
And then I came home and my one coworker's like, take a pregnancy test. And I'm like, why did I take a pregnancy test? And I took it, and it was like, boom. And then, like, it was just all different emotions with him. And then I was also scared my whole beginning of my pregnancy with him because of what I went through before him.
Right.
So I didn't get to really enjoy Nolan because I just kept thinking I would lose Nolan, which is a really deep.
That is it's
a deep thing that you have to process. But, like, that whole beginning of my pregnancy was scary. And, like, I couldn't even have like the butterflies and everything because what if something's wrong?
You're more worried about if something goes wrong.
The farther I go, what if something happens to him? Because my miscarriage happened at exactly like 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, and
so that whole first trimester, you're like
freaking out. Like, what if something happens to him? Like, what if I do something wrong? And most miscarriages aren't for me doing something wrong. It just it happens. Yeah. So I did with Nolan. I didn't get to really experience enjoying him in the beginning because I was worried about him. Harper was like planned, came sooner than we thought, but then it wasn't as much worry with her. It was more so like enjoying the moments and seeing how this is going to play out. But those first heartbeats, like that's when it makes it like really real, like really real. Like, so, oh my God, I got a little human.
You got a little human. Did either one of y'all cry? I know you cried.
Oh, I cried.
Did you cry at that appointment?
No, I think I was just excited.
Yours was more excitement.
Mine was more
surprise.
And because I want to go back to what you just brought up because of the miscarriage. Because Remy is my rainbow.
That's
baby.
your rainbow baby.
But my whole perspective on that is completely different, and it might come off insensitive. And I don't mean to offend anyone, but
every journey is different. We are not. This is just a real conversation.
No. Yeah, I'm just saying because she felt that loss.
Right.
For me. I have hypothyroidism, so for me, I was always told that it's a little harder for you to get pregnant.
Right.
So the one time I took a pregnancy test and it came back, I texted you and I was like, "What does that say?"
Right.
And I was pregnant.
Exactly.
Then to go to that first ultrasound and there's no heartbeat. I was sad, yes, and we cried, but I was on like, I got pregnant.
You're like,
the fact that it happened.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and see, that's fair to say, though. That's not being insensitive to the loss.
No, because
that's more like, I didn't think I could.
Yeah. Right.
And I did.
And it's not like, I mean, I would have, and that baby is watching us and blessing us over here, but I didn't feel, like I didn't really mourn. I was just still kind of like in the shock that I was like,
it didn't even happen.
I got pregnant.
Yeah.
Right.
And in less than a month,
You got pregnant again with her?
Pregnant. And I see mine was probably deeper because that's the baby I really wanted. And I was also younger too. So, but I was the baby I really wanted, and we were trying, and I experienced heartbeat and then no heartbeat.
Exactly.
That's I had heartbeat, and then a couple weeks later I had no heartbeat.
Right.
So I experienced the
you
joy, and then I had to experience the loss right after.
Yeah. Right.
And it taught me how to handle things differently.
Yeah.
Because even that, I had even within my people couldn't understand within my friend group either.
I was just gonna say,
how you mourning something you never had.
I feel inclined to apologize again because
you were there for that too.
I was there, but I wasn't there. If that makes sense. Like we're there, and we're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, and we're there, but it's a different I'm sorry than what I feel like it is right now.
And that experience too taught me too with that pregnancy with Nolan. I kept that clutch
until
I knew he was okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the first time was like so much. I shared it with everyone way too soon, and then I had to also, well, how's your baby?
And now you have to share.
So you keep reliving it and having to get through that. But like different experiences. Yeah. Like, and that's what I say. Like even for Di, like because too now you're probably a little older. So like people are telling you between like things that you may have gone through medically, it's probably not going to happen, and then you got to go through it. So
and you went through it twice, technically.
Yeah, 8 years old.
Yeah.
We don't plan on you out there.
Oh no, I'm proud.
We're not putting
I'm proud.
out there.
I know.
No, but that's special.
I'm proud.
Yeah, both of them, like, and it's crazy too because it's so cool too because they used to tell you back in the day over 35.
There is no way.
There's no way. It's such a thing now, and it's like your baby doesn't mean your baby's gonna have deformities. It doesn't mean it's completely. Honestly, it comes down to I think in my heart, when it's meant to be, it's gonna be no matter what.
About it.
Because your age, none of that stuff. If it's meant for you, it's gonna happen for you.
Right.
Yeah. And I think they're both examples of that because they're like what?
Exactly. Like she said, conditions that she thought and it wasn't ever gonna happen. This one was gonna be rich auntie for life.
For life.
And now what are we calling you?
Broke ass mom.
Broke mommy.
Real quick. Real quick.
We went from rich auntie, who I'm still holding.
Not for long.
Not for long.
Y'all look.
But it'll happen when it happens.
Right.
No pressure.
We're just
right.
We're just
okay. So
I would
say too, we're all good with that too. We don't put pressure.
No,
at all.
No.
But also I think we all want you to experience it because we know
because everything's about to change. Like when it happens.
Okay, so this wasn't even part of the script, but I'm gonna go ahead and just ask a question since y'all all have your own opinion and it's been thrown out there many times that Lisette is going to. Why do you guys have such a strong opinion that it's gonna happen? For me too.
It's just because you're meant for me. I just feel
you feel it. You think I'm meant for it.
You're meant for it.
Oh yeah.
Oh geez.
You are, but what's gonna happen is you're gonna have to slow down. And see, I think what happens, especially you being older, because and even a testament to me, I'm used to just getting up, doing whatever I want to do.
Right.
I've done it for almost 39 years of my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now it's like, wait, I have to ask permission to go.
I
can't just get up and go.
Right.
I have to find a babysitter.
I have to find a babysitter.
I have to worry about the conditions if I bring her.
Because y'all know, I didn't make it through a 90-day probation period with a dog.
Listen.
Oh yeah, the dog. We're not even gonna go there.
If we judge you off the dog,
it might be a little scared for parenthood. Like if we judged you,
I
don't even remember his name. He wasn't there that long.
His name was Charlie.
Charlie, right? Because Charlie didn't like that.
Yeah,
I don't even remember his name. He was gone.
Let us not. But the reason was because I'm a hustle bustle kind of person, and I had gotten an opportunity, and so I knew I was
change you.
And that's the reason why I always felt like Rich Auntie is like the right title because the slowing down part, ladies, y'all have sat here and told me that it's ghetto, okay?
But it's good. It's a good ghetto.
It's a rewarding ghetto.
It is a very rewarding ghetto.
Okay.
In the same instance of it being ghetto, you also like,
but see, she's gonna be the one. She's gonna figure it out just like that. I feel like you will because you're just so used to.
But that's where our personalities come in too.
Yeah.
And we don't like to be defeated. Because I think that's what made me be able to like figure it all out and winging it. Because you're not defeating me.
I'm an achiever. I'm
gonna figure this out.
This little 1-year-old, she got me. Whatever you want.
No, let me tell you, M has been here before, and when I tell you that one, you got your hands full and then some.
Scared.
Because your son is just super sweet, super chill.
He's just curious.
And just curious. Like he's very much like his mom.
Yeah, he's laid back.
She's very much like her mom.
No, don't say that.
Am I going to be the only one that says that?
I miss you.
Her personality is you.
But even Annette is like super chill and like.
Oh no, M's not chill.
M's gonna be a more outspoken.
I agree on that.
I think she's gonna be a more outspoken.
I do agree.
Annette is outspoken, but she also is like patient and takes some time. And that's like M's gonna be like boom.
She's gonna be her personality times 10 because she's gonna,
or times 100.
Yeah, okay.
Times 100 because
she's gonna be exactly that.
She's gonna be a Harper.
She might have Harper beat.
No, not yet. Not yet.
So,
we don't know yet.
Okay,
because she's still young, but
and then
different.
Hold on, but let's not forget Noli, because Noli definitely
he has some of my traits too.
Yeah,
no, but
Nolan's expression.
He has your best trait.
Yeah,
like I feel
the more
like
gentle traits. He has the more gentle traits.
More sweet.
Harper
gentle,
has the more rugged.
He's hilarious. Nolan's low key like
he's got her personality.
He's got your personality when it comes to sense of humor, and when it comes to more like it's like a sarcastic sense of humor where randomly he says something and you're like, oh, that's why I said I'm like he's much more. Harp has her personality on the sense of like
independence and
I got
strong
this
will.
Strong will. Don't tell me anything. Who do you think you are? Kind of like.
Look, let me not laugh. Let me take that back because karma is real.
No, because she always gets her little chuckle in, and like a week later, she's like, "All right, it's not funny no
more." Well, no, because your daughter is literally
just a couple years ahead.
Exactly.
And then this one over here, oh, just wait. I can't wait so she can do this so I can be laughing in the back.
So,
nice.
Let me ask you a question. How does it feel to now have mommies in our group?
It's pretty cool. Even though I feel like sometimes I'm too behind because how much technology changes things and just like time changes things. But it's cool too because, like I said, my main thing was being in them what I never had. But that it's also a lot.
Can you explain that more? Without
explain that more would be like the sense of like we all were on different levels. And like my mom group was like my mom and my aunts.
Fair.
Which too, they started younger. Things changed for them. So like I didn't have like I had friends that had like teen pregnancies within school, but at that moment, who I'm closest to are all people who don't understand at all.
Exactly.
But you don't want to make them feel what you're going through because they're not in that point in life.
Right.
So like just like whatever you need, how can I help you? And this is what I know. This is what worked for me. You don't have to use it, but this is what helped me. And maybe that's somewhere for you to start to be able to figure it out.
Okay.
Because you may not use it, it may not work for you, but this is what I was shown. This is what helped me. And then if it helps you, great. If not, how do I help you? Like, can I go? Let me Google it. I'm gonna figure it out for you. You know,
bath time. She came over and helped me with bath because I didn't know.
Yeah,
Courtney got 2 kids. Like
she came over here,
but even so, even though I'm confident in bath time because I've done it, this is not my baby. So how gentle and like it was funny because she was like, you could be a little rougher washing her hair. No, because like, what if I hurt her?
Exactly.
But she's not mine. So like, I'm bathing her, I'm showing you, but then it's like, I'm so gentle because she's not mine.
Not yours. Yeah.
And I'm gonna treat everybody's baby like they're mine.
Yeah.
But to a certain degree.
Fair.
It's like with your own kid, you're comfortable. Like wash them up. Ooh, we're good. It took me like an hour. I mean, I'm exaggerating. It probably wasn't really an hour, but it was like way longer than like my kids' bath because I was being so gentle and careful.
Okay.
But she can still change a diaper.
Oh, I got the diapers.
I don't. I have the
and no poop on my finger.
I can. I would say I can feed them. I can burp them. I can hold them. I can even hold them while they're crying and try to figure it out. I can play with them. I can do all of the like. Let's make sure this kid is as smart as can be and talk to them and try to figure out. I swear Em was saying words. I swear we were having a full conversation.
Full conversation.
But do you remember how smart Nolan was too? It was creepy.
Because of it though.
It was creepy.
I'm good for that. Don't ask me to change diapers though.
Yeah. Girl, and look, I'm in this stage right now where she doesn't lay there.
Okay.
Oh, like she's rolling around. Like I have to literally like toss her little behind down so that I can change her diaper. I gotta hand her something. Yeah. And then she just throws
the wrangling stage.
Oh yeah. Remy's about to be 2 and he's still in that stage.
Yeah. So I mean you have to chase
you
him.
got you.
Oh yeah. Right.
That's gonna be for a while.
Another cool part of parenthood.
Yeah.
When you're turning into a whole wrangler to get to change a diaper.
Because she don't stay still.
Okay.
Like it was cute when she's, stays still.
Little and just playing there.
Take
your time. No, now got the diaper halfway off. It's bad.
Okay.
It's bad.
It's bad, but it's fun. All right, so then give me, so that we can bring it back around full circle, give me one of the moments that like touched your heart the most since being in parenthood. Like a moment where you're like, that was a core memory for life with this little one.
I ain't going there.
Why?
Because I'm already getting emotional.
Oh, no. Look, I cried. Go ahead. Let it out. You're amongst friends.
Let somebody else talk.
I think for me, one of the core moments that is still engraved, and even Remy still does it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm getting emotional. he'll grab my face and then he'll just go like this.
Oh.
Like it's like almost like butterfly kisses. You know how they do?
Yeah,
but
the
no,
little
he
Eskimo?
just kind of grabs and then he goes like this and then his face digs into my face.
To your face.
That, and he still does it to this day.
He still does that. Okay.
That one's
That one's a good one for you. That's yours. All right, we're going to skip court and go to Annette, and then we can come back to court.
So right now, I tell Em, give me a kiss, and she'll give me a kiss. But bringing her home from the NICU, because I had a NICU baby. So bringing her home for the first time, that's going to be something I'll never forget.
Yeah, that was your moment. Aw. Court, can we get one out? We got 2 kids here.
Okay. So with Nolan, me being a new mom and Nolan being my first child,
Yeah.
me and Nolan went through a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
More so, we grew up together. More so.
Yeah.
I was pretty mature already, but we grew up together. But I went through probably the most difficult thing in my life
Okay.
in several aspects.
Don't make me cry.
I know.
Like, here we go. It's all right. You got this. You got it.
With Nolan,
Mm-hmm.
because he was my person. He's the one who was with me full time.
Right.
And just the love that they have for you
Yeah.
and the way they look at you, even when you feel like you're at your worst.
Where is the tissue?
I know.
Where is the tissue?
I know. I need to grab some. I
It's
know.
so crazy because I feel
Yeah.
like there was one point where I really felt like I was at my worst because of things I was going
You were
through
going through.
and how
Right.
emotional I was. And the way he used to always look at me
Uh-huh.
and just like love me.
No matter
It's
what.
just like the way those
unconditionally.
big eyes used to look at me, like it's crazy. And there was one particular moment I really felt like I was at my worst.
Mhm.
And like, I just don't even know how I'm going to keep going.
Right.
Not suicidal, but like I just feel
You
so
were just so
down
broken down. Right.
and like broken, like crazy
Uh-huh.
broken. And the way he just like that day as a little 1-year-old just hugged me and loved me and just kept kissing me.
Right.
Like the way he sensed that and picked me up
And just kept hugging you.
and put something in me. He put something in me
Uh-huh.
that now for Harper is like times 1,000. But like he gave me the strength that I did not know I had at that moment and made it that I will never fail for you.
For him.
And it's tough because like that hit so hard and I
Right.
can feel it now. I can remember that moment, like it happened yesterday. And it was so deep and it was so intense that like
Yeah.
12 years later,
It's
11 years later, it
Yeah.
hits the same exact way because everything around me was breaking down. I felt alone. I felt like I had nothing left in me. And like them eyes. And if you see my baby, you know he has my
he's
big
got
eyes.
your big eyes.
The way he looked at me and just loved me and like snuggled me, everything. He didn't understand what was going on around me.
Right.
And it was just crazy because like he completely picked me up and had no idea. Like he didn't process it like my mom needs a hug. I'm gonna kiss
No,
her.
he just gave
She
you
needs
love.
my love
Just
right
did
now.
it.
He just
Right.
felt it and he gave me it, and it was a different thing put inside of me that nobody could ever understand.
That's where
And I've
Mama
been through
Bear-
different things in life, and I always pick myself up. But that was like something like he'll never understand it. He can't. He won't be able to wrap his mind around it. But it was something that got built into
He
me
got into
that
you.
will never ever be able to be broke down, and it's just always embedded in me.
So
And
your
it was
moment.
it was in that moment, and it was like a really emotional moment, as you could tell.
No, you got me
Listen,
over
you
here
got
trying
us
to
all
keep it
crying.
together.
As you
That's
could tell, it was like
Yeah.
a really emotional moment. It was
Yeah.
but it was something that like Harper can't give me that because it's already
Because it's
been put
already
into
in
me.
there. It's already in there.
And it's crazy, like
Right.
the strength that you have for that child, like it's
Okay.
crazy.
They'll move
It starts with
mountains.
birth.
Mhm.
It starts with birth because what you're putting your body through, but
Right.
it can come in so many different forms, and it's wild.
So for you, being the youngest one and the younger mom, you felt a moment where your kid actually gave you more strength.
Gave me more strength. It made me that no matter how
matter
hard
how.
anything is, and no matter what comes my way, I'm not going to fail, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do
That's a love
to
you
pick
can't
myself
explain.
up for you. You will never have to feel the wrath of me, and you will never have to feel like she gave up or no, because
Right.
no matter what, I'm going to get through it,
Exactly.
and I'm going to pick myself up
For him.
on my worst day for
Right.
you
Exactly.
Look
and
at
your
you
sister.
now.
And
Look at
and
you
now
now.
look at you
But,
now. Now
like,
you're too
mom
deep.
goals.
Yeah, you're hashtag mom goals.
Yeah.
You definitely are. Because when this one now, it's the dance reciters, the basketball practice, and so.
Yeah, it's tough, but
Okay.
You make it work.
he made me like he embedded things in me that like you know you have it in you, but
He
it's on a whole nother level now.
He lit that fire.
Like
He lit a
whole
fire
nother
on
level.
level. You better go. Okay, that just. I'm
So
not
you have to
even
attack
gonna
this
say.
like hashtag mom goals.
Hashtag mom goes like no other. When I tell you this was what I wanted plus some. I didn't even hit the questions I really wanted to hit, but
Did you say we need a part 2?
This hit more. No, I'm like, this hit more than anything because it's as real as it gets. And so I always do like takeaways from the conversation, just to kind of bring it together and talk about, you know, if nothing else, here's some of the takeaways that I got from our conversation that I just want to share. So first takeaway is that motherhood is going to be different for every single woman because you're just different to begin with. So that's the first one. My second takeaway is that while motherhood is a ghetto, I did get that loud and clear, it also sparks a love in you that's beyond comprehension.
Any other love.
Experience. And my last takeaway is that it doesn't matter where you are in life, if and when you're blessed to be a mother, every and anything that you need, you'll do because you know that there's another life that's expecting it and depending it from you. And so while it's ghetto, every last one of them are shining, smiling, and you can clearly show the love in their eyes when it comes to their babies, right?
Say it again.
So those are my takeaways. But I want real quick now to also do for fun a little rapid questions. It's more of like a this or that, has nothing to do with mommyhood. It's just more of a, don't think it. It's got to go first thing that comes, like rapid questions. It's a little something fun I'm trying to like play with, okay?
Okay.
All right. So here we go. This is not anything. It's actually really fun. So I'll do the first question, which is really easy. It's a this or that. Docuseries or reality TV?
Docuseries.
Docuseries for sure.
You're thinking way
she's
too
reality.
hard. She's reality.
She's reality.
Reality
All
is
right.
great though too.
Yeah.
I like both, but reality TV.
All right. Now here we go. For a good nap time. Naps on couch or naps on bed?
Couch.
Okay. All right. Here we go. And this is because y'all know how I love my throw blankets already. That's like my go-to comfort thing. Do you prefer pillow or blanket?
Blanket.
Y'all answered right. That's good.
Y'all answered right.
All right. Ready? Water or soda?
Water with age.
There you go.
Water with Crystal Light.
Okay. Ready? Pool or beach?
Pool.
Beach. We know we're beach girls.
Pool.
Love
I hate the sand.
Okay. Here we go. And because we're all drinking, this is going to be the last one, and we'll cheers at the end. Wine or liquor?
Liquor.
Wine.
Liquor.
Okay. Not
Wine.
But with age, because I'm a little behind, I'm starting to really enjoy the wine occasionally.
Listen, that's how classy girls do.
I'm coming there. I'm coming there.
Classy.
Well, ladies, I want to say this has been more than I asked for. We started with the cheers. We're going to end with the cheers. This is to motherhood, to tribe that can't be penetrated, and to being there for each other always.
Definitely.
Cheers. Thank you so much. Don't play. And that is another episode of Get Set with Lisette. See ya.